It's a fun, flawed, good movie. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. The cast of characters is long, but Tom Cruise is there, Haley Atwell is there. The movie is 2 hours and 50 minutes, and you kind of feel it. There are some long sequences in this movie. If you watch Dead Reckoning, it's a direct sequel to that movie. The entity is still out there, and the mission, should you choose to take it, is get the entity's source code, destroy the entity. Now, there are a lot of callbacks to previous Mission Impossible movies. Do you have to watch all of them to enjoy this movie? No. I would suggest watching Dead Reckoning to understand the power of the entity and why Ethan and his team are so afraid of the entity. In this movie, feels different than other Mission Impossible movies. There's not a lot of trial and error because the entity is so powerful and strong. It's not just one person trying to do something evil and Ethan's team stopping them. So in previous movies, it's like, okay, we have a problem. Here's the plan. It usually doesn't go to plan. Something happens and then, okay, we're going to regroup. Here's this other plan. Maybe that doesn't work out. And, it leads to different stunts and everything. And then finally, the big plan to stop everybody, save the day. Here, it's like, we have a plan. I'm going to write it down because the entity knows so much. And now it's like Ethan breaks up with his team where it's like, hey, you guys have your part of the plan. I have my part of the plan. I'm going to go do it. And then when he starts meeting people, it's like, he's not telling them the full plan. He's like, I just need to get here. And then once I get there, I'm going to tell the other person I need to get here. And it works like that. So it feels different. The callbacks to the previous movies, I thought it worked well. They did it in Dead Reckoning. They give you little snippets of scenes that happened in previous movies. And they did it again here. And I thought it was cool. Just seeing some characters like, oh, that's the dude from... For me, it worked. And when the president's cabinet are going over like Ethan's file and, they just like, hey, he did this. And you're like, oh yeah, he did do that. And they like, he did this. And it's like, yeah, Ethan is the man. He did some crazy stuff to save the day. And it was just, those are the fun moments in this particular movie. It's not as funny as like other Mission Impossible movies when Ethan's just doing some crazy things and people are looking at him like, how is he about to do this? Tom runs early and often. He likes to run in his movies, and he runs a few times in this movie. And it's like, dang, he is sprinting. There are flaws. The movie is fun, but there are flaws. I wish there was more Grace. Haley Atwell's character, Grace, arrived in the previous movie, and she was just so much fun. She had great chemistry with Tom Cruise. And in this movie, when she shows up, you're like, oh, there's Grace. And they, again, immediately have that chemistry, and you're like, oh yeah, I like her. But she doesn't get to do a lot of different things. I wish she had something separate to do on her own where you could just, see her pickpocket people a whole bunch. But she didn't do enough. I enjoyed the rest of the cast. I enjoyed Luther. I enjoyed Benji. I even enjoyed Paris. Although, she should have had a scene where she just gets to kill a bunch of people. That would have been a lot of fun. But the movie is 2 hours and 50 minutes, like I said. And some of the sequences and the setup to the stunts take a while. The underwater sequence takes a while. Is it cool looking? Absolutely. But it takes a while. The last stunt to end the movie, fantastic. Incredible. Takes a while. And that's what this movie is. It builds up to these stunts and it's worth it. I saw it in IMAX. It was a blast to see in IMAX because he was just doing some crazy stuff. I don't know how Tom Cruise survives these things, and he's really doing these stunts. In terms of Mission Impossible movies where I would rank it, it's not the best. It's definitely not the best movie. But it's in the top 4, top 5 maybe. And that's not bad considering how long this franchise has been going on. It's not a bad thing that this movie is only number 5, and it might be the final one. So it's a good movie. It's flawed. You're gonna have a good time at the theater. Go check it out. But those are just my thoughts on Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. You watched the movie, let me know what you thought about it. If you watch it, let me know.